Hey guys, real quick, I wanted to add a little quick like sound check video of the Tommy Bolin gear. If you want to know the stuff that I'm using, look at the description or go back to the last video that I posted, and I explain all that stuff in that video. But I'm just going to talk about like how I get some of the sound. So basically, I have the Roland Micro Cube amp on the classic stack setting, gains all the way up. I have some reverb on it. Then through that, coming out of that, I have a MXR micro amp, which is engaged. It's on. The one knob, the gain knob, is about 75%. And then I have that running through a Crybaby Mini Wah by Jim Dunlop. And then through that, after that I have the Tommy Bolin signature fuzz pedal by Hartman Electronics. And then after that I have a Boss CH1 Super Chorus. It's like a stereo chorus. And then after that I have an MXR Mini Phase 95. And then after that I have the MXR Echoplex. And what's cool about this setting, again, I talked about Tommy Bolin's fuzz sound, is that you can get it really raunchy and dirty, and just by rolling back on the guitar knob you can get it very clean. So real clean. So the pedals I have on right now is the micro amp and the Tommy Bolin fuzz pedal. So here we go. So here it is clean. Rolling the volume knob up and get real dirty. Middle pickup. Back and you get it all clean again. Notice with Tommy Bolin's fuzz sound, I said it in the description, it's a very clippy. When I say clippy, when you start rolling it up and getting real dirty with it, it has like this clip sound. Clip, 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 clip. They call that like a clipping, which is a really cool Jimi Hendrix kind of effect. But again, Tommy Bolin's fuzz sound was a little bit different than Jimi Hendrix. That's what made him so unique, you know, with his playing and his feel and his sound. That Sam Ash Fuzz Box that he was supposedly using, or the fuzz face through the high watt amps, and just his dynamical way of, is that a word, dynamical? His dynamics and his picking and his hammer-ons and pull-offs just made a difference and what made him different from some of the other fuzz gods like Jimi Hendrix or even some of the early Jimmy Page stuff. Jimmy Page using fuzz effects in their early Zeppelin days. But you know, I always liked Tommy Bolin's sound, and so cool. So that's what I have going on. Here it sounds with the chorus. Now I have a little more extra reverb in this demo. The only reason why is because I don't want to mess around with all the effects in this video because I have it set for a specific reason for some of the recordings and videos that I'm doing. So I'm not going to really like change all the settings on the amp and the pedals right now. So there is a little more reverb than usual, and that's only because I've been recording the Deep Purple MK4 last concert in Japan, this time around concert 1975 with Tommy Bolin. So I was trying to get it to sound very reverby, like as if we're playing in the Budokan Hall. But Tommy Bolin again always plays middle pickup, or even sometimes I've heard him on the middle and neck. So there's the chorus. Here's with the phaser. Where you got stuff like you know, you get the point of what I'm doing here. And then I got a wah pedal, which I haven't really experimented yet, so let's see what this sounds. That's basically it. You know, I'm not trying to like do like a total performance here. I'm just, you guys see me play. You know what I play and how I play and how I use my equipment. But this is just like a quick demo. I wanted to do something special for Tommy Bolin since it's his birthday. I believe he would have been 69 years old today. So happy birthday, Tommy. Every time I play Tommy, I feel like I know Tommy. You know, it's like I'm 28. He was 25 when he died. It's almost like he could have been like my buddy. Like, when I play his music or hear his music, all the years I've been listening to Tommy Bolin or Deep Purple, it's almost like I know him, you know what I mean? Like when you listen to like certain musicians or bands growing up, like you almost feel like you know them, you know, even though I never had the honor to meet Tommy. You know, it's like when you see him in interviews, or like, for example, Tommy Bolin. When you see Tommy Bolin in interviews, there's some cool interviews out there with him, and when you see his personality and how he acts and his sense of humor, like says funny things that like any 20-year-old guy would say, like including myself, like funny stuff or whatever, and listen to the music, it's like almost like you know them, you know. It's like man, he seemed like a really cool guy. He probably was, but just unfortunate that you know he has problems with stuff, and you know, he's dead, you know, and it's a shame. But I always think what it would have been like if Tommy Bolin's still alive today. Like, I think if he was alive today, I think he would obviously still be playing, but I kind of think he would be doing the same thing like what the other guys are doing, like what David Coverdale's doing now, and what Glenn Hughes is doing now, and Ian Pace, you know, or Ritchie Blackmore. I think Tommy just would have been doing his own thing. He probably would have had his own band, could have had different lineups. He probably could have been playing with Doug Aldridge, and he probably could have been doing stuff with Glenn still, and because him and Glenn seemed like they were pretty close from things I read, and they were living together, which was a little scary because they were both like the toxic brothers, you know, with all the drinking, beer, and doing lines of coke together, but you know that's what I guess that's what rock stars did in their 20s, you know, sitting on top of the world and just doing anything they want to do. But Glenn and Tommy were pretty close from what I read and what I hear, and seeing Glenn's post on Instagram, always talking about Tommy. So I know what that's like when you lose a friend that's pretty young, you know, because it's happened to me at one time, and it's weird when you're young, you just don't think of that stuff happening, but it happens. But anyway, so thanks for watching the videos. One last thing, I was reading the booklet inside this album, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Apparently there was, if it wasn't Tommy Bolin that was going to take Ritchie Blackmore, they were actually thinking about asking Rory Gallagher. I thought that was pretty cool. I never knew that. You imagine Rory Gallagher playing with Deep Purple? That would have been awesome. But Tommy Bolin did fit the place, and it was a good pick. Just wanted to put that out there. It's funny. I always thought Rory Gallagher kind of looked like Glenn Hughes a little bit when he was younger, or he looked like Mel Galley a little bit or something. But anyway, basically what I'm saying is that he would have looked good. I think he would have fit the band Deep Purple. I think the sound would have been different, the writing would have been different, but things happen for a reason. It is what it is. So Tommy was the man who took the place, and it was a good choice because he came from something so different and just offered that to Purple in '75, and it just changed Deep Purple. And I even heard John Lord say this in an interview. John Lord said, "Come Taste the Band" was not a Purple album. It's an awesome album, but it's not a Purple album. And he says that in a positive way, and I agree, because it was just such a different sound from the Blackmore era, the Mark III, Mark II era, and it was guitar oriented. It was a guitar oriented album, and it really made Bolin shine because that was the purpose, to bring anything. Bolin wanted to bring anything he wanted, and the band just said, "That's great. Let's do an album on that. Let's do a song on that, and let's get rid of like Smoke on the Water. Let's go into a different direction." I think that was the purpose behind it. Come Taste the Band, and that's what I really appreciate so much about that album. And you know, and plus I think Tommy hated it going up there playing Smoke on the Water or Highway Star, and fans booing at him saying, "Oh, you know, where's Ritchie?" And you know, Tommy didn't want Ritchie. I mean, I think he respected Ritchie, but he wanted to be himself, and he wanted to change Purple, and he wanted to take it into the new direction. And I think with the influence of Glenn and David, I think that was the idea. They wanted to move into a new direction. And I've even heard Tommy say, you know, we should have just called the band something else, and it probably would have been cool. So forget the whole Purple thing. But it is pretty cool that Tommy Bolin, at least before he died, made one album with Purple, along with a lot of bootleg, rare live recordings with Purple, but especially the studio stuff. Made that one good studio album with Purple, and it still is Deep Purple to me. It goes down in the Deep Purple trilogy, one of the most classic rock albums of rock and roll. The famous Come Taste the Band. So, if you never heard of this album, you gotta check it out. Great stuff. And I think out of all the songs on here, like, now you had David, Glenn, and Tommy singing. You know, because Ritchie didn't sing. So that's also what made this album good, is that now you had another singer in there. The guitar player, which something that Ritchie did not offer with the band. Because he was just different. He was just a different musician, and he was a different guitar player. Singing wasn't, maybe that just wasn't his thing, you know, and that's okay. I mean, we all love Ritchie, Deep Purple fans. Ritchie Blackmore, man, he's awesome. But again, Tommy Bolin was just a different guitar player, and he fit the shoes, and I just think it was a good choice. And Glenn, if you're watching this video, David, if you're watching this video, or Ian, I just think that was such a cool plan, and just the way it worked out. I don't think you guys should have changed anything. You know, the way it is the way it came out, and you know, it was just meant to be. So again, sorry for boring you. Thanks again for another cool video. Thanks for the comments. Check out the videos on the channel. There's the straps that I use. They're like these vintage straps. They're very popular in the 70s. This company is made by Solder, handmade in Chicago, whatever that is. Check them out. Tommy Bolin teaser shirt. Happy birthday, Tommy Bolin. And see you guys in the next video. Thank you.